Welcome to another episode of Non-Toxic Conversations. I'm Sam, your host.
And I'm Nikki, your co-host, and we are integrative health practitioners with Balanced Friends. And I'm so happy to be back with Sam today. I'm so excited to be back on and be talking about lots of fun stuff. So
thank you, Nikki, for being here today. It's always fun when we get to record together, but we have a great episode today all about parasites. In today's episode, we want to talk about how can you get a parasite? What does it feel like if you have a parasite? And then most importantly, how do we get rid of the parasite? And I feel like this episode is coming at the perfect time since Nikki is currently going through the parasite detox boot camp that we offer at Balanced Friends. So she can give us some insider scoop as far as that's concerned. But first, let's talk a little bit more about how do people get a parasite, Nikki?
yeah, so it's much more common than people think. I think the statistics is something like 1/3 of people. I think this is just for the US, but in the whole world in general, have a parasite or have parasites. So you don't need to travel to a foreign country to get one. Like you can get one right here. I think lots of people, that's a common misconception. So you can get it from drinking contaminated food or water or undercooked meats, especially if you eat sushi, if you eat fish. It's a very common, place to get
sushi. I love sushi.
I know. So, but the thing is like, once we know, it's like, okay, most people have parasites. Like you're going to have a parasite at some point in your life. So let's just know how to get rid of it safely. And then we're all good. You can still eat your sushi and not worry about it, becoming a big issue because we know how to get rid of them. So unwashed produce, animals and pets. This is a hard truth to swallow because I was just talking about my dog before we hopped on here with Sam. If you kiss your pets or if your pets go in your bed or anything like that, that's a quick way to get a parasite. And even knowing that, I still kiss my dog. So, same thing with the sushi, like it's just going to happen. But yeah, public spaces, so lakes, pools, daycare centers, shared restrooms, walking barefoot, hookworms can actually enter through the skin, and then bug bites. So just all sorts of stuff that's kind of daily life stuff. So it's not as uncommon as you would think. It's actually fairly common. So
I was just say, yeah, it sounds super easy to get a parasite, actually. And my sister-in-law, actually, her dog, I know, got tested, or like her dog was really sick. I think she took it to the vet, and then it did test positive for a parasite, which is, nuts, but can happen. So, but being a pet owner, you love your dog. You're going to love them. You're going to kiss them like you can't help it. Like they're your little fur babies. But I think you're exactly right, Nikki. I think that's our whole approach at Balanced Friends is just using the knowledge as power, knowing that it's going to happen. And when it does, don't live in fear. It's okay. You got to live your life. And, don't stop eating the sushi. Like you said, enjoy your life. But then let's be proactive about how to get it out. But before we talk about that, let's talk a little bit more of what it would feel like if you have a parasite. Like what can people look out for?
So digestive issues, bloating, constipation, nausea, loose stool, fatigue and brain fog is a big one because parasites, they're living off of your nutrients. They're stealing your nutrients. So malabsorption, it's leaving you drained, it's leaving you feeling tired and not as much energy as you would otherwise have. Skin problems is a big one. So eczema, acne, rashes, just that sort of stuff, any sort of abnormal skin issues. Mood swings and anxiety is actually a big one because it can impact neurotransmitter production. So, and then also when you're going through a parasite cleanse, your mood can be affected as well. But if you have a very high quality, ours is 8 weeks long, so it's a little bit less intense. It's kind of strung out. You have a binder with it that can definitely help mitigate those symptoms, and we'll touch more on that later. But yeah, parasites can definitely impact your mood and your mood swings and all that sort of stuff.
Well, when you think about it, like you said, it's basically a leech of like taking your nutrients from you and your energy, and you need that stuff to feel good and lively. So, we got to get it out so that you can feel more vibrant again. I feel like in our practice, really over the last 6 or 7 years since we've been running lab tests for this kind of thing, I've noticed that, well, it's a big investment to do the lab test. Honestly, it is. And it's a stool test. So a lot of people don't want to collect their own poop and have to send it back, which I get that. So a path forward that seems to be common in our practice is to either forego the lab test, like don't do the lab test, that's fine. If you feel like you have these symptoms, it's totally safe to move into this detox as the next step, the parasite detox. Like it's not going to hurt you if you feel like you're suffering from these symptoms, you definitely can still move forward with the detox and have a good experience. Also, I feel like in our practice, a lot of people come to us for digestive issues, and it's really hard to tell if, okay, is this SIBO? Is it Candida? Is it a parasite? That part is really hard to figure out. So that is where lab testing can be beneficial. Or some clients will say, okay, I'm just wanting to work on my gut health first. They get through maybe a gut detox, and then we just reevaluate the situation. At that time, then we say, did your symptoms improve? Did they not? If they didn't, then maybe we do a parasite detox at that time. It's not, everybody gets to kind of choose their own path forward. And really, when you work with a practitioner like us, that's where we come in. We can help figure out what the right path is for you, and we'll just meet you where you're at. Don't you think, Nikki?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that was just great what you said, because it's all, all of our boot camps and all of our, really coaching, when we're talking to people, it's all bio individualized. It's all going to be tailored to their current situation. And that doesn't just mean health, that means financial situation. That means, maybe they have something going on where they don't want to do a certain thing at this time and they want to plan it around their schedule. So it is just like you said, if they want to forego the test and just go ahead and do the boot camp, because like you said, it's not going to harm you, then they can do that. We also have a parasite quiz. If you are not wanting to do, the stool test, you can take, I think it's like a 25 or 30 question quiz, and then it'll tell you your likelihood based on the symptoms that you're having of if you have parasites or not. And then, yeah, like you said, it could be your digestive issues, could be other things as well. So I think some people will start out with, addressing the gut issues. And then if they're still having issues, and okay, maybe let's try the parasite boot camp then.
It's so tricky because of those symptoms overlapping so much. But thank you so much for bringing up that free quiz. I am going to put the link to that in the description of today's episode, so that if that's something that you want to do, you can have access to that below. So let's also talk about the actual parasite detox, like getting these worms out of your body. What has your experience been so far, and what are some takeaways?
So my husband and I are both doing the Parasite Bootcamp right now. And I was actually just asking him this morning how he feels. And honestly, it's been very, just non-intense, just very chill. We haven't noticed big difference. I think we're about 3 weeks in now, maybe a little less than that. So there hasn't been any huge differences. But yeah, it takes some
way, right? So you're almost halfway. If I'm thinking,
yeah, almost halfway, yeah, because it's 8 weeks, so almost halfway through. And then we'll do the intestinal cleanse at the end of next week, if I'm right about the 3-week mark that we're at right now. I need to check my calendar. And we'll do the intestinal cleanse, because you should really do that halfway through, just to kind of clear your system and everything. But I think the biggest thing that I've noticed has maybe been like potential mood swings. That's kind of like the biggest thing that I have noticed. So it's been very just mild reactions. And yeah, so I will have updates at the end of it, because again, we're 3 weeks in, so we'll see how it goes. But it's super easy. It's you don't have to make changes to your diet, besides potentially adding in some things that would be beneficial to killing off parasites, like garlic or certain foods that are beneficial for that. Other than that, you're just taking supplements in the morning, at dinner, and then at night. And so it's very easy and beginner friendly protocol boot camp. So
well, I love hearing that, because really the whole protocol is designed to be gentle and to work kind of in the background of your life, so that you can still live your life. I think so many times we hear, oh, detox, or even just anything about parasites, and we get nervous that it's going to be intense, or like we're not going to be able to leave the toilet and things like that. So I'm thrilled to hear that you're having really overall a good, mild experience, because that is the way that we want this program to go for all of our clients. So what you can expect in a detox like the Parasite Detox Bootcamp is you get your full PDF guide of information. We'll talk you through how to take your supplements, when to take your supplements, what you can expect. And we really just try to make the journey as easy as possible for you. So we will also pack in some tips for success for you and all of those things. So for anybody who is looking to get the parasites out of your body, or you suspect a parasite, we will link up everything that you need in the show notes of today. We're going to link up that free quiz for you. We'll link up the lab tests for you. We will also link up the actual detox boot camp for you. And then, of course, if there's any questions, you can comment on this or send us an email at balancefriends@gmail.com. Is there anything else that we should add to this episode, Nikki?
I think that's it. I think you covered it all. If anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. But yeah, you're struggling with these symptoms, then we have a solution for you. We're here to help. So,
and you're not alone. Nikki's doing it with you.
Yes.
So, well, thank you. Please remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and we will be back with more helpful information.